In a quaint, ivy-covered village, perched atop a hill, stood an antiquated toy shop. The village folk whispered tales of a cursed doll tucked away in the shop's attic, its porcelain face eerily cherubic with eyes that seemed to follow you everywhere. This doll, with its unsettling history, was said never to stay put. Sara, a skeptic with a penchant for antiques, stumbled upon the shop during her weekend escape from the city. Her curiosity piqued. She stepped inside, greeted by the sweet smell of dust and the faint, melodic chime of old music boxes. The shopkeeper, a frail old man with a knowing glint in his eyes, nodded as Sara asked about the doll. "Oh, she's up there all right," he rasped, gesturing toward the creaky staircase leading to the attic. "If you have the courage, you're welcome to see her." With determination masking her unease, Sara ascended the stairs. The air grew colder, tinged with the scent of mold and aged wood. At the top lay a small, dimly lit room, cluttered with forgotten toys. But she only had eyes for the doll, sitting innocently on a dusty shelf. Sara reached for the doll, and a faint whisper brushed her ear, though the room was empty. Taking it down, the doll seemed heavier than it looked, its eyes flickering briefly. A trick of the light, she told herself. That evening, back in her cozy cottage rented for the weekend, Sara placed the doll in a chair across her bed. But as the clock chimed midnight and shadows danced across the walls, a soft thud echoed through the room. The doll was now at the foot of her bed. Startled, Sara reassured herself it must have fallen. She returned it to its chair and climbed into bed, self-assured that logic would prevail. Yet the night was restless. She awoke again, this time to find the doll gazing at her from the bedside table, its expression almost amused. The air grew thick with an unspoken dread. Each time she moved the doll, it defied her, finding its way to new vantage points. It was as if the doll was playing a silent, insidious game. By dawn, Sara was resolved to return the doll. She wrapped it in a blanket and hurried to the shop. The shopkeeper waited, eyes sharp yet soft. "I see she decided not to stay," he said with quiet understanding. Sara placed the doll on the counter, feeling its curious weight lift off her shoulders. "She's not as innocent as she seems," Sara whispered. The shopkeeper merely nodded, as if this was a truth well known. "The cursed ones never are," his voice echoed as Sara left, feeling the doll's eyes follow her until the door shut. Yet as she reached the village boundary, Sara glanced back and saw the doll in the shop's window, waving farewell with its hand, a final unsettling goodbye. That night, she dreamed of porcelain smiles and silent whispers, forever haunted by the doll that wouldn't stay still.